I just think, yeah, kind of the nature of the game. We knew we had to come out ready to go. The first 5 minutes of the first half were big. I think we did a great job of executing on the defensive end and getting stops. And I think, for the most part of that second half, we did a great job until probably like those last 3-4 minutes.
Marco, coach had said that he was really pleased with your effort against De Silva, obviously with what he's able to do this year. Just was that kind of your whole mindset coming into this game, was just kind of focus on him, or just kind of the nature of it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the past 5 games, he's been averaging almost 25 points a game, and I just knew I had to bring my A game on the defensive end, especially, and I was able to do what I did, and that ended up helping us win this game. So.
This final stretch, these last 6 games, I mean, they're tough games, quad 1, quad 2 games. How important is it to get these types of wins, especially against a good Colorado team?
They're big. These last, now 5 games left, are big. This, I think we're excited for it. We're excited for these bigger games. It's kind of what, it's what makes basketball and being here, fun and playing. And so, we just got to come ready to go each game, knowing that, it's kind of like the end. It's nearing the end. So.
To follow that up, any early thoughts on Arizona and just the challenges that presents?
Well, we know how good Arizona is and how tough that road trip is going to be. But right now we're just in the moment of, celebrating this win a little bit and then coming in on Monday and then really locking into the Arizona road trip we're about to take on.
Having to only play 1 game this week, does that make things a little easier, maybe get a little more rest instead of having to, play Thursday, then it's a quick prep? Has it been an easier time this week knowing that there's just 1 game?
It was nice. I think we definitely needed this bye week. Gave us plenty of time. We had 2 days off, on Monday and then Wednesday. And I think just the whole team, we had a great look to us in those practices. It's like just going for so long with only 1 off day here and there. It gets tiring for sure. So, I think just, having this bye week was just really able to help rejuvenate us. And, I think we took advantage of it for sure. And, obviously got the win tonight, so I think it was a good thing for us.
Like I said, you guys kind of had to reinvent yourself a little bit with Gabe out. Have you felt that, or is it still kind of feel the same game, just maybe different personnel out on the floor at times?
Losing Gabe definitely hurts. He's one of not only the best shooters on our team, but one of the best shooters in the country. And, losing a guy like that hurts, but it's always a next man up mentality for us, and I feel like we've done a pretty good job on doing that. So.
Well, first of all, it's a great win for the running Utes. I thought we played a really good basketball game most of the night. I'd like to finish the game off better, but I thought we had a great mindset. We had a great week of practice this week. Like I alluded to last week, we took a couple days off. I thought we got our legs back and just kind of were able to mentally recharge a little bit. We had a great look to us all week. We're trying to, I don't want to say reinvent ourselves, but when you lose a guy like Madsen, things change and you become a different team. And we worked a lot on specifically some of our things we need to do offensively, and then obviously just getting back to who we are defensively. I thought our rookies, I call them rookies, our freshmen, I thought Kaba was tremendous tonight. I thought Will was very, very good tonight. And those 2 guys strung together, probably I would say their best week of practice in quite some time. They're always going to work tremendously hard, but I just thought they just really produced in practice, and it showed out there tonight. With what we did, we were able to really guard. We held them to 34% in the second half. I thought the first half we weren't as sharp as we needed to be. They're an elite transition team. They're going to run on almost 20% of their possessions, and I thought they got loose on us early. And then we just, some of our guys off the bench just got to be better. I just felt like they made some mistakes, and obviously we didn't go back to them in that second half. So. But we did really good things. For us to, De Silva in his last 6 games had been averaging 26 points a game. shooting over 5 threes a game and making 62% of them. And this dude's got elite touch around the basket. You know, you saw that last one late where he kind of just caught it and shot it from 16 feet over BC. Tough shot. But to hold him to 6 points on the tear he's been on was outstanding. You know, Marco guarded him most of the night. Obviously, we brought a double to him when he was in the post, and our guys executed really well. And then KJ Simpson is a dynamic guy. So he gets 14, but it took 13 shots to do it. So to be able to just kind of keep those two guys in check when they account for 49% of their offense in league play, credit our guys for really doing the part that way. And then I thought we had a balanced attack on offense, right? BC 17, Marco was really good, 17. You need those two guys to be pillars and big-time players, you know, down the stretch. They've been there, done that. And then Ben Carlson just has continued where he left off. He's been playing really good basketball the last few weeks and, you know, sticks to 3 right away. And he just keeps getting better and better and playing with a lot of confidence right now. So good win, you know, as we start our toughest stretch of the season. And that's a team now, like Tad Boyle, been here a long time, been there a long time, really well coached. And we have 3 quad 1 wins, and obviously they had some struggles at times, you know, against quad 3 and quad 4, but that's a team that can beat anybody on any given night. So we'll take the dub and move on. Thank you, guys.
Go ahead. You talked about Will and Kaba and kind of reinventing yourself during the week. It seemed like that was part of the game plan tonight, was to get those guys more involved in the initial minutes. Was that the point of emphasis in the game plan?
I wouldn't say we like verbalized that, but certainly in my shoes, I knew we needed to get those guys going. You know what I mean? And just try to get them some confidence. It's a long season for those freshmen, right? I don't care what sport you're in. You know, every time you turn around, every time you get on a plane, every time you're on the bus, you got a hotel, just learning the routine. Every time you turn, it's like, what's next? And it just can be a long season for those guys. And, you know, just talking to both of them throughout the week and just trying to get them in positions to have success. And they did. They had an outstanding week this week. And maybe just not having that game on Thursday because it just gets to be a lot. Maybe that freed them up a little bit. It's a long time when you go this deep into the year without a bye. Like it just is. I mean, I can't recall being on a team that long without, you know, your bye week. So I thought we took advantage of it and really got better with it. And credit to those two guys for getting their minds right and really producing tonight.
Greg, what's changed for Ben in the last 2 or 3 weeks? What's he been doing differently or just what is he doing?
Well, first of all, when we recruited, I mean, Ben was and, you know, I don't go crazy on these stars because you can find a lot of guys with no stars that become, I shouldn't say a lot of them, but you know, we've all been through that before. But Ben was a 4-star at high school. There's a reason he went to Wisconsin. I mean, that's a really good program. And so you just, you know, 2 years, you just got to find your way through it. But I think the biggest thing for Ben is, honestly, he made up his mind that he's going to be a player. Like, and what I mean by that is he's went into the gym and he's been working his you-know-what off on his own, getting shots up, getting repetitions, and getting in the gym. And there's no replacement for investing your time. You're either spending your time or you're investing your time. And he has decided, like, I'm going to make this thing pay off. And it shows, and it's just amazing how it works. You start building confidence. The player, his teammates have always believed in him. He had a pretty good summer, you know, but he just but for whatever reason, it's starting to click, you know, and sometimes, right, like it's a whole new system. You're getting used to playing with all these different guys. And even though he's played most games his first 2 years, you play 8 minutes a game, it's hard to get that, you know, real experience, so to speak. And now he's logged a lot of minutes. He's got chemistry with his teammates. He's playing with a lot of confidence. And it shows.
Great, kind of pairing off that. When you look at Ben and Kaba, how important is their progression for you to be successful, knowing that the more time you can kind of give BC some rest, that helps your team?
It's huge. I mean, it's huge. And playing those 3 guys, you know, we didn't do Kaba and BC tonight, but we did work on it this week, quite a bit actually. Just felt like just the way they're a unique team, right? Like they Lovering's their only real 5-man. So then you come in with all these different guards, and they can play really small. So it just kind of puts you in a funk a little bit at times, or some mismatch issues. I guess you can work it both ways. But, yeah, we need production on those guys. We only have 3. We really just have – Marco plays bigger than he is most nights. Tonight he certainly did. But we only have 3 real big guys, right? That's a thing that we'll look at, obviously, at the end of the year, because we got to get more depth there. But it's huge for us. It's just hard when you're BC size at 7 foot, whatever, to just play all those minutes. Like, we got to be able to get production out of those guys, and hopefully this will be a sign of things to come.
This late in the season, how do you start to get that production?
Repetitions, confidence. Again, I do think we have to be a little bit different without Gabe. Like, when we don't know if we'll get him back, so those guys get the ball a little bit more, in meaningful situations. But confidence is an amazing thing that way. So hopefully, I don't have shirts. It's just, I'm not sure it's just one thing, right? It's just getting them in the groove.
You mentioned that you may not get Gabe back at all. Is that for the regular season, or do you think you may not?
I just don't know. When the doctor tells the athletic trainer 4 to 6 weeks, and you go to Trevor, and he just says what the doctor says. So it's like, we'll see. So I think they're going to do some more testing here early this week, right, and see where it's at. But I wouldn't expect him anytime soon.
Anything else? The fact that he's out of the boot, is he on track for 4 weeks, or has he?
I haven't been told, but I was excited when we came out of film on today's Saturday. On Thursday, I think it was. It was Thursday. We came out of film, and we did our walkthrough up in the practice facility. I saw him walking without a boot, so I was right, mini victories, moral victories, mini victories, whatever you want to call it. But that was the first time I'd seen him without a boot.
You've talked about. We've talked a lot this year about Brandon's development as a shooter. Is there ever a point where you feel like you want him to be taking more jumpers? He's been taking a lot more this year than he has in the past, but more shots from 3. You kind of want to work that more into his shot.
Well, generally speaking, I love when he shoots. So I don't care if it's a 3, a 15-footer, a free throw, or in the block. Usually something good happens. I just like when he has the ball, because most times something good happens, right? You see tonight, after the first couple of possessions, every time he touched it anywhere near the block, he was commanding a double team. So that's where obviously his shooting is much improved from a year ago, but I think even more improved is his passing decision-making. Like, you couldn't make all those passes a year ago or have the poise, or the strength to consistently do that. So now he's become a playmaker at the 5 spot, right? And we've always moved him around, but it's his progression by putting the time in, but it's also his feel for how we play, to know what's coming next and what reads to make, because it takes time to get that down. But he's been outstanding.